That's you, fool. Batman.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Homeboy, homeboy.
What's up, y'all? Y'all chill out for a minute, man. Hold on. Y'all listen to this damn shit real quick, man. Because Batman starting this shit off. Hold your horses. The women will text you back in a few minutes. You wait for this fucking song. Yo. Good evening. Happy Sundays. Y'all know what time it is, man. It is Super Friend Sundays. As you see, we have Red Pill Chauvinist in the house. We have Attraction Mansion in the house, and we have myself, aka Batman, aka Aquaman. I got a new movie out in theaters that I haven't even seen myself yet. I gotta go check that out on my fucking Morpheus TV. Let me see if it's on there. And then we got Attraction Mansion, aka Wiz Kid, aka Boy Wonder, aka all the shit, man. So I'm gonna check this chat out. Red Pill, man, start this off, man. And come with y'all questions too, man. Don't just say the shit fire. Come with y'all shit, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's get this popping. First of all, let me reintroduce myself for any new listeners, anything like that. I am your braggadocious yet very humble host, the Red Pill Chauvinist. You can catch me on the Red Pill Chauvinist channel. Definitely go over there and check it out. Subscribe. Look at my videos. But anyway, with that being said, let's get into it. I was thinking the other day, like, because my thing is, I don't understand like how people ain't absorbing the game. How I was saying how the game is pretty much going over people's heads and stuff like that. And, I couldn't get it because it even happens in my own life where, my brother, my younger cousins, the game I spend to you guys, I spit to them. Sometimes it takes my younger brother maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 years, literally, to get what I'm saying. So with that being said, I got to thinking like, yo, maybe the game isn't for everybody.
Right.
Go ahead.
No, that's it.
So Pete, another way of saying it, another way that I could say it is maybe everybody doesn't have the hardware to take in this new software, you know what I'm saying, to get upgraded because the game has changed. Like social media is here, this, people have more accessibility to other people from different cultures, countries, everywhere. So it's just like everybody has more options. So yes, the game has changed, but basically what I'm saying is, maybe the game isn't for everybody. Maybe everybody isn't meant to be a so-called player, a red pillar, because we need blue pillars in order to be red pillars. Another thing I was thinking of, and then you guys can give me your thoughts and comments on it. Another thing I was thinking of is besides people not even be able to take in the game, I'm realizing there's just different type of dudes. Period. Like, because when I talk about chicks, sometimes I can see dudes don't have no idea what the hell I'm talking about, and I'll be thinking like that's like common knowledge. So as far as an example of the different type of dudes you might have is like, I think I said this before, like something as simple as the way you lose your virginity. You might have one dude who loses it off of a one night stand, where you have another dude, who's in a 3-year relationship and loses it after 3 years, and because of that, every relationship he's in he's in a long monogamous relationship. Or you might have a dude who, whose uncle or big brother paid a prostitute, for him to lose his virginity. So because of that, he has no problem, paying women and, this, that, and the third, and so on and so forth. So what's your thoughts on what I've said so far, as far as like the game not being for everybody and there being different type of dudes out there? Like, everybody ain't the same type of dude.
I'm gonna give you my thoughts in 1 minute. Let me let Mindful Attraction introduce itself. You quarterbacking this shit though. I'm just telling you, this you. But so people can see him, so they want to be like, "Who's this fucking guy just sitting there with his hand on his head?" So you tell these motherfuckers who you is, and then Red Pill gonna break down this topic, and we gonna all break down this topic because we all family, man. It's camaraderie around here, man. No hating. Go ahead.
All right, guys. Okay, so I'm Attraction Mansion. I post most of my stuff on Instagram at attraction_mansion, and then also on YouTube, Attraction Mansion. I'm basically a 17-year-old guy out of Wisconsin who's just done some research on this stuff and been practicing a lot of the game and getting a lot of experience so I can share it with you guys. And especially the younger generation, the college kids, the high schoolers who are looking to up their game and get to that red pill level, because and like he said, the red pill, he said you have to have blue pill people in order to become a red pill, because not many people know this stuff, and I'm here to help you change into that kind of person.
Right. Yeah. So what do you think about what he just said about, as far as, shout out C Douglas, man, for the super chat. Lawrence is not in here, so I'm a people's person and I'm a people's champ. And I told you that, you feel me? You got some game and you can speak your shit. So if you put your email in the chat, you can get on for a brief minute, man, and elaborate also. So go ahead, man, for Attraction. Go ahead. Attraction Mansion, excuse me.
All right. Well, what he said about different kinds of dudes, that's definitely true, because I feel like a lot of guys I've come across are like very hesitant to accept this kind of stuff. Like, they don't want to accept that this stuff is true. Like, they want to think, oh, I can just be a nice guy. I'm just going to completely be myself and she's going to fall in love with me and blah, blah, blah. Like, I feel like not everyone is open to learning this stuff. And then even the ones who are open to learning it, I feel like there's a lot of people who like don't want it to be true because they don't want to put in the effort. They don't want to have to work through all that stuff. And that's what really separates the red pills from the blue pills, the people who are willing to actually learn it and willing to put in the time and the work and the effort to change their game themselves and to actually make a difference in the real world and not just learn the content.
Your comments here, we live.
So there are a lot of different guys. And like Red Pill said, not everyone is for the game. It takes a certain kind of person to be able to do it. And especially, like, anybody can do it, but also, like, there's shy guys who, like, are going to obviously have a harder time approaching women in the beginning and stuff. But everybody can make that change and do that. And then, what was the second topic again there? I forgot.
Basically, I said, I think you tapped in both. I asked.
You froze up, pimping. What's up? So. Red Pill, you froze up. You froze up, man. because you about to say so much saucy shit that the shit you fucking froze the internet, man. You fucking
I was so
internet.
ready.
All the shit you ain't even said yet.
Well, do you want to say your opinion on those topics quick, and then we can come back to me? Otherwise, I got something else we could talk about at the time.
Yeah. SPGism, what's going on, man? We live on YouTube, so since you on here, you can drop your questions too. We on here with Red Pill Chauvinist and Attraction Mansion, and the question was, say the question to me again. The game ain't for everyone.
Yeah, I think that's what Red Pill said. He wanted to touch on how the game might not be for every different kind of guy, and like what our opinions was on that.
Shit, the game ain't for everyone, man. These motherfuckers. You know, like, I feel like men just kind of hop on certain shit, and it's like their goal of it is to. Mara, what's going on? Their goal of it is to I'm alive on Instagram. That's what I'm saying. That the goal of it is to they just basically want you to validate what they think.
Yeah.
So it's like I know guys. They come to my channel and I deal with women and they're like, okay, this guy deals with chicks or whatever. So let me get to help me. But it's like, if you don't have the same mindset or you're not trying to obtain that same mindset, so you don't have to have it, but you still have to be willing to obtain it. So if you're not there with it, you're not going to fully digest what the real shit is going on. Kingly, what's going on? You're not gonna fully get it, man. Because see, me, I'm speaking from my knowledge, but I'm also speaking from my experiences and my ideology. So I might not want the same shit as you do. So I would advise all guys and players to really still learn Red Pill Game, aka reality views. That's what I also call it. Shout out to Neo for that, reality views. Because that's just the way it is. Because if you want a relationship, that's fine, but you still have to understand female nature, the way they move, and the way they think, in order for you to have a successful relationship.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like people want to check to see if what they already believe is true, and if it's not, like, they don't want to accept it and like move on with it. So I completely agree with that. And also, I can attest to the fact that even if your only goal is to get in a relationship, or if your only goal is to have sex, whatever it is, regardless, you have to know like how the game works to be able to do that. But also, an important thing that I feel like holds a lot of guys back when it comes to game is they feel like they're not being themselves. But the thing is about game, it is you being yourself. It's just you tweaking a few things socially to give yourself a little bit more of an advantage. Because if you think about it, if you're talking to a normal girl and you're in a normal interaction with anybody, really, you're trying to come across as a cool person. You're trying to come across as charismatic and all that stuff. Is that really who you are, or are you just trying to impress them? So everybody comes across differently than who they genuinely are. But what we teach is going to help you get a step up when it comes to attraction, get a foot in the door, so that you can build that real connection later if you're interested in a relationship, or if you're just interested in sex. Like, it'll help you with that too. So yeah, I just think people should realize that too. Real Red Pill. What was
you can see me?
Question again?
You can see me?
Yeah, I
can you see? All right, no doubt. All right, go ahead. What were you saying?
What was that second question besides it's not for every guy? What was the second thing?
What I was saying was one of the things I was saying was, what was I saying? One of the things that can distinguish, the difference between guys. One of the things I said is how they lose their virginity. Another thing that could distinguish between, different guys is, the first time they got rejected and how they dealt with that. There are people my age or older who are still thinking about Jackie from fucking third grade, man, and they 40 years old. Like, I'm not, So that's another thing that separates guys is, dealing with their first rejection, basically how how they've been received by women since they were younger. Because I think a lot of this confidence that we talked about the last episode, because I was thinking about that a lot. Like how do people gain confidence? You know, yo, a lot of that stems from childhood, man. A lot of that stems from what are guys going through in childhood, either getting rejected or getting selected. Because thank God, I'm surrounded by I have a big family. I have a lot of women in my family, and
Hold on,
they,
pimp alert, pimp alert. Are we
what what what?
pimp alert? There's some pimping over there. Who was that a rhyme right there? What was it?
Yo, I don't even know when I be rhyming, man. I don't even be knowing it, man. But yo, peep. So I got a lot of women in my family. Like I said, they show me a lot of love, and because of that, I think that added to my confidence. And when I went to school, being younger, third, fourth, fifth grade, being selected by the girls in the schoolyard, that gave me a certain type of confidence. Now I'm never thinking about the dude who's in third grade getting picked on. You know what I'm saying? Who the girls was calling fat. You know what I'm saying? That dude might be, cock diesel right now, but he's still thinking about them chicks, saying that he's fat and his breath stink and all this other stuff. So, man, like I said, man, it comes back to the number one rule again, back to the game. You got to know yourself, man. Yeah, so what if your breath stunk in third grade, man? My breath stunk in fourth grade, man. Who gives a damn? You know what I'm saying? I brush my teeth, I floss, I do all that, man. Basically, what I'm saying is, a lot of dudes gotta get over their childhood issues, man. Like they say, a lot of people walk with their I forgot what they call it, but it's like their childhood body on the inside. Like they walking with their hurt child on the inside because they haven't resolved a lot of their issues. So, a lot of dudes talking to these chicks who may not have that confidence because, because of something they dealt with when they were a kid. Like, yeah, come on, man, we gotta get over that. One of the things I emphasize a lot on my channel is live life live. Live life live in the present, because the past and the future is only in your mind. So that shit that happened in third grade in high school, yo, y'all may not even. Well, I'm gonna say right now, yo, the chick who I asked to go to my prom, to my high school prom, deaded me the day before the prom. Come on, man. A lot of people will be shattered from that. Like, but I looked at it like, yo, she bugging. Like, she was about to come through and be like, because I was that dude in my high school, so she's gonna be seen like as the queen on my shoulder. But anyway, I say that to say that didn't stump me. I end up going to two other. I end up getting invited to two other proms. But I say that to say I didn't let that one event bring me down and look at chicks a certain way. And I feel like a lot of people, a lot of dudes do that. So what's your thoughts on that? The way dudes hold on to the way they were treated when they were younger and how they got rejected when they were younger, how they're not getting over that pain body.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like the basis for confidence when it comes to that kind of stuff definitely can stem from the childhood. Like if you are in fourth grade, fifth grade, sixth grade, high school, and you're getting the girls, like maybe you don't know why, but you're getting the girls, then obviously you're going to end up having more confidence than the guy who is fat or has bad breath or whatever and is getting rejected all the time, regardless of what he does, just because of external factors. But the thing I always like to say is none of that stuff matters like in the past. Like you said, live in the present. I don't think there's better advice than that. Living in the present. Why think about the past? It's in the past. You can't change it. So why would you focus on that? So I focus on the present and what I'm doing at the time. And the thing that I love about not worrying about the past is that I'm constantly making improvements to myself in every way. You want to focus on every day improving yourself in some way. And the thing that I love about this is you can develop confidence. Sure, some people didn't have it when they're in fourth grade, and maybe they still don't have it now, but that doesn't mean you can't get it. You can develop your confidence. And the way I became confident, because I wasn't a confident guy in like sixth grade, I had like no friends, honestly. But nowadays, I consider myself to be relatively popular. I can get girls that I want relatively easily. And I learned how to do all that stuff because I learned this red pill type stuff. And because I knew this stuff, I knew that I could control social situations better than most people. And I realized like how things worked. And because I could do that, I just became confident because I could predict how things were going to happen. And as you learn this stuff, you'll become more and more confident because you'll realize that you have the ability to improve yourself, make differences yourself. And when you do that, you'll become confident. And then also a lot of it comes down to practice, because the people who are good at getting girls in relationships or just sex, they're used to doing it all the fucking time. Guys get rejected. Every single one of us. You can be great at game. You can be the most handsome, attractive guy in the world with tons of money. Every single person gets rejected. It's how you handle it. You learn to move on. Every rejection, nowadays, I think of every rejection as, how can I improve this next time so I don't make the same mistake? Just always try to improve yourself. If you improve yourself every day, you're going to come across as insanely attractive to every kind of girl, and really to every kind of like guy that you would want as a friend in your life too. You're going to become insanely attractive. So that's my view on that.
That's facts. See, was I extremely attractive yesterday? We was on the phone and I was hollering at all the bitches.
Word.
Hollering like 3 or 4 bitches while I was on the phone with Nathan, man, last night. Yesterday, man.
Multitasking.
Yeah, man.
But go, let me just piggyback real quick before I forget my thought. I like what he said about predicting, outcomes in social situations. Once you become, once you've experienced having enough experience, just dealing with people in society, because I don't want to think that the super friends is all about just dealing with women. I mean, because when we say about dealing with women, you can say dealing with in any social situation, whether it be at work, at the grocery store, or at the bank, or wherever. So, I think, interacting with women, what I'm saying, getting your confidence up. Once you do that enough, yeah, you'll be able to, I think, like he said, it's almost like chess. You'll be able to play the situation and control the situation the way you want it to and have the outcome that you want. Another thing I want to get on is when he spoke about rejection. I got to a point where I looked at rejection as, she might be doing me a favor. Like, nobody really thinks about that. Like, that chick might look at you and be like, nah, he's too much for me. Or I'm not the chick that could, basically she knows that she's not for you, and that's the reason why she rejected you. Or I look at it like it's a lesson. I could always learn. Maybe I did something wrong in the situation. Maybe it's a delivery. I've not recently learned, but I've learned, or I've become more, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm more confident in thinking that it really is the energy that you bring to a situation. Because I could use, the same quote unquote approach in 2 different situations. But let's say, I just heard some bad news prior to, and, I approach the same way. It's not the same energy. So I do realize, energy is important. So, again, you can learn a lesson from the rejection. And also, lastly, I remember this is since I was young. I used to look at rejections like it's a story to tell. Like, I just go back into my friends like, yo, I tried to holler at so-and-so. Yo, she said, X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah. She blew me off. And we laugh about it. Like, you got to learn how to laugh about these things, man. You're still alive. Like, as long as you got, people that love you, like, situations like that ain't the end of the world, man. So, go ahead, Alfie. I just want to say those 2 points real quick.
Wait. Can I just say something really quick? Like, what you said about the, like, getting the right energy or whatever, I noticed a really good way to do that is to warm up before you start approaching girls. Like, warm up and approach random people that aren't really attractive girls, and just get the energy of just having fun and having a good vibe. And when you do that, like, it'll be easier when you do approach the girls. But yeah, go Avi.
Thank you. Thank you for reminding me, because you're absolutely right. Because wow, man, see, doing these right here, like, I don't talk about this to anybody. Like I said, I'm a personal guy, private guy. So when I hear these things, and unlocks things in my head that I really don't talk about. So anyway, yeah, you're right. Because going back to being select and whatever, I'm used to dealing with pretty chicks. That's what I've been used to dealing with since I was younger. So I found that, it was very easy for me to talk to, your regular old chick. But when it was a chick that I really wanted to get, it was, I'm not saying I was nervous, but it was a different energy to that. And I used to ask myself, why is that? Like, what the hell's the big deal? I mean, she's just like any other chick. But I think what it was is that I would talk with any other chick with no problem. But when it comes to a pretty chick that I thought we used to be pretty, used to be like, oh no, I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to talk to her. So I say all that to say, I talk to everybody now. I don't care if a chick is pretty. I don't care how ugly she is. Basically, I leave my dick at the door. When I talk to a chick, it's not about sex with me all the time. You know what I'm saying? I'd say about at least maybe 80% of the time, it's not necessarily. No, I'm lying. Anyway, point being, I talk to all different types of chicks now. fat chicks, skinny chicks, tall chicks, light skin, dark skin, white, black, Indian, doesn't matter. Just so I just get used to talking to women, period. Once you get used to start talking to women, period. Oh my God, when you find the one that you actually want, oh, you like Kobe in the fourth. It's nothing. It's like Kobe in his last game of his career, dropping 65 on them. Cause you done been practicing in the gym all season, all year. Then you finally find the one. Oh my God, it's like I'm in a hammock. I just kick back like, oh, this is gonna be easy. Cause you done had about 100 conversations with all these different chicks. So I still like to say, fellas, anybody listening to this, if you're not confident in talking to women, I mean talking to beautiful women or women that you want, just start talking to anyone at the grocery store, like, oh wow, like lemons, what you doing with lemon? Like, what do you cooking tonight or something? You may not even be trying to holler at her, but just spark conversation, man. Once you talk to enough women, you realize like, yo, it's nothing, man. Especially once you realize these women are children, once you know how to press their buttons and all that other stuff. But I'm going on the rant. My bad, man. Afi, go ahead,
I
man.
can't hear you because your chain's making so much noise.
Oh, my bad. Let me put the chains away. Hold up. Let me put the chains away. Hold up. Nah, man. But yeah, man, you got to start being more personable. It's not about, just talking to a chick just because, you're trying to get her number and, you're trying to smash. Sometimes, you gotta go to the gym. You gotta shoot them shots up, man. You gotta get that muscle memory. When you get the muscle memory to a point where, like me personally, like I don't even like talking to the women at my job as much because there's so much muscle memory with my conversation and how I can read body language and where I need to go with my conversation, that I don't want the women at my job feeling me. Because if they feeling me and I'm not giving the vibe back, oh, maybe that's another conversation. Your swaggy so high and the women feeling you and basically learning. I don't know. Nah, this ain't for this channel. I was gonna say learning how to reject women, man. Should we even talk about that? Nah, that's for another channel, another time.
The
That's
fuck?
for real.
It's
Off
the
the
raw
wall
game.
stuff, bro.
This is for the channel. See,
Yo,
see how
cause I'm telling you, women rejected women.
how you
Oh my God, man! You talking about?
how
I'm
y'all
not
feel
saying this.
about how y'all feel
Right.
about being a part of a sector that's producing the high power level is intriguous game online. It don't
Mm.
whoever listening need to be, y'all need to pat yourselves on the back because y'all found something. Y'all found a gem. The whole fucking
Yeah.
YouTube shit. Y'all don't even know. Y'all can fucking go to a million of these channels and they're gonna be telling you, oh this, oh that. You can fucking learn right here, man. Y'all need to put the fuck first off. Y'all need to put the likes up. So whoever in the fuck up in here, just like this shit. For this the rule now. When y'all come in, like this shit. Don't fucking say I'm here.
Exactly.
Like what up? No. Fuck the like. Push like first because you already know you're gonna get game. Quit doing that shit. Quit doing super chats after y'all hear the game. We getting up our fucking time. So don't just wait and be like, oh, I ain't gonna give a super chat until you say something saucy. No, just give it up because we on here fucking giving our personal time. Put the likes up when you come in here. Don't wait until, oh, I agree with Attraction Manager said. Now I'm gonna like it, and I've been on here 45 minutes. No, motherfucker. When you come in, shit. This shit ain't hard. It's free. You don't even have to show who you is doing it. Get this fucking shit up. Matter of fact, I'm not fucking around. Hold on. Let me see how many likes it is. 10. Y'all don't say shit till we get 15. These secret ass watchers, man. Y'all just sitting here taking this, writing hella shit down, doing all this shit. Y'all don't even want to press like. Let's get 15 likes up in this motherfucker, man. Before y'all want some more of this shit.
Say no more.
We ain't charging y'all. The super chats is just a bonus and all that. And if y'all got PayPals, put them in there. Put the fucking likes up, man. God damn. Y'all want the bitches. Y'all gotta learn this simple shit first. How y'all think y'all gonna get the bitches and y'all can't even handle shit like camaraderie with men? If y'all can't handle that type of shit with men and just showing y'all support, how you think y'all gonna be fucking hoes to sleep and all that? How? Put that fucking shit up. Let me see what number it's on, man. Yeah, anybody, man. But y'all gotta get respect on people's names, man, and people giving up their times, man. That's what I'm saying, man. It's hella viewers. Don't y'all know y'all lying? Y'all be lying. It show how many people on here. So all you gotta do is go to the top. Let me do it with y'all. I'm gonna go to my rest. Let me show you how easy it is. I'm gonna be an asshole real quick. I'm gonna log into my second channel, my wrestling channel, and I'm gonna throw a like up. Let me see. And by the time I finish, the likes need to be where they need to be at. They need to be at 15. So hold on. Let me show you. I'm gonna like my own shit from my other channel. Assholes. Y'all just want to get y'all pen and papers, and y'all don't want to donate. Y'all don't want to do shit, but then y'all want to be like, woo, ask this, ask that, but y'all don't even want to go like. You don't want to like shit. When all you gotta do is press the button and it's free. But y'all think y'all want to get over here and figure out how to get all the bitches. That's what y'all care about. Y'all want to get all the bitches, but y'all can't like shit. When all you gotta do is press a button. What's this fucking shit at? All right, bam, it's 17. But let me just say this: I shouldn't have to say that for y'all to do that, though. Y'all should just do it anyway. I appreciate it, but y'all should just be doing that anyway.
Hey, yo.
Go ahead, man.
All right, so still on the same topic. I got 3 topics today. We're still on the first one, man. This should be a good show. All right, boom.
Well, I got another one too for later.
All right, so back to before I say my last question, I'm gonna let y'all go because I want to say my question for last because I think we're gonna be talking a lot with my last question. Anyway, woo. Still on the topic of different type of dudes. We already said that losing your virginity is a way that could separate the different type of dudes they are. We talked about losing a one night stand, having somebody pay a prostitute, being in a 3-year relationship. Then we spoke about being rejected the first time. A lot of dudes in their 40s, 50s, 20s still thinking about Lisa in 3rd grade and how they got rejected and not getting over that. So another thing as far as separating dudes, I heard somebody recently say the way a man treats his mother is the way he treats a woman. So I say all that to say, your relationship with your mother, man. What's your thoughts on your relationship with your mother having an effect on how you deal with women in general?
Me personally, I feel like it does give a good example of how you'd end up treating a girl in the long run because of the fact that like you live with your mom, you love her unconditionally, and that's how a wife would want. That's how a relationship with like a wife would be, and that's what ultimately a lot of girls are looking for. Yeah, but I feel like your relationship with your mom or even your parents in general just opens other people's eyes to how you would treat somebody in a relationship simply because you're with them all the time. You love them. How do you treat someone that you love that does stuff for you? And like however you do that.
Now let me interrupt you for a second because you're talking about, and a lot of people are thinking about the bright side. You know what I'm saying? I say that to say not a lot of people think about, there's a lot of fucked up mothers out there, man. This the Raw Game channel, right? Can we talk about that? And I'm gonna tell you this. I never you said you know what? I have to remember how old you were, and this is not even a slight on your age. I say that to say when I was your age, I would have answered that the same exact way you did. But then I moved to another city. I'm not even gonna call that city out. I moved to another city, and I worked in people's homes. I did home tutoring. I'll throw that out. I did home tutoring, and I saw that seeing those experiences kind of solidified or made me think more about how blessed I was growing up, and made me appreciate my family, my mother, my father, so on and so forth. Because without going into detail, there's some fucked up mothers out there, man.
Yeah.
There's mothers out there that treat their sons like that's their husband. So that's really the side that I'm talking about. That's the side, that's the dude that I'm talking about that's different from most because, I ain't gonna.
Yeah.
I know a guy who, up until the age, he's about 37 now, but up until the age of, let's say, like 23, he slept in the same bed as his mother.
Mm.
Wow.
And I didn't know that until about a few years ago because our mutual friend told me this. He's like, so-and-so, he slept in his bed with his mom since he was like 23, right? I was like, come on, you kidding, right? He's like, nah, I'm serious. And I'm looking like, and I'm thinking about dude, that's my man's, but I know he's a little off. But when I heard it, the fact that it didn't sound wild crazy to me, talking about that dude, I was like, that had me thinking like, wow, maybe that's why he is the way he is, like around chicks. Because let's just say he's not red pill, but he grew up around us, and I'm like, why does this dude act like that? And I don't know him. I don't see him all the time. We went to the same school long years ago, but he's an example of like, he's raised different, man. And it's just been really just him and his mama. No brother, no sister, really. And that's wild crazy. And I'm thinking he can't be the only person who's experiencing that. Not the exact same situation, sleep with their mama, but in a situation where they under their mama's titty 24/7. Now, how you even supposed to learn the game? How you even supposed to learn the game if you're under mama all the time?
Yeah.
So let's talk about those dudes.
That's
Yeah,
facts.
I
Hold
know
on, let me
exactly.
say this real quick, man. Fuck that shit. Hold on. No, not fuck you, but I'm saying like, well, because I put the Patreon, I spam that Patreon shit, so y'all can't be like, I can't find it. No, I put the shit like 5-6 times. And Expert Level Wrestling, that's my other fucking channel. You click on that, you push subscribe, and then you get back to this chat, man, because I'm trying to get to 200 by the end of this year, and I'm at like 183 or some shit, or 190. So once I hit 200, I'm gonna go live on there. So bam, 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 bam. Back to the subject at hand. Now, just to let y'all know how fast. Fuck that shit. Yeah, why wouldn't I talk about my other shit on my fucking shit? Duh. That's
You should talk your shit, man.
that's some dumbass shit. Why wouldn't I tell y'all to get on Red Pill Holiness, fucking PayPal him, give him his shit, get on the tracks and mansion shit, go to my Patreon. Y'all want to drop about how to get your girl and your neighbor, how to fuck your boss at work. You get on Patreon and I'll tell you how to do that shit. And I'll make a whole video and I'll give you a shout out. I'll play your music. I'll do all that fucking shit. You hit the Patreon button, hit the super chat button, and now we're gonna get back to this game. Y'all gotta hear that. Because y'all be getting too much for free anyway. Y'all be getting free.
We gotta give them a little something, give them a little sauce to know what it is on here, man. You know what I mean? We're gonna do a couple episodes, see what the numbers do, and then we're gonna see whether or not they should, why or why not, I'm saying, they're not supporting the channel. Because like you said before, I matter of fact, shout out to you with that chat you did with Black Ram. That was an excellent, that was an excellent listen.
Fire, man.
Yeah, man, that was an excellent listen. I'm listening to y'all was dropping. You seen, I had to drop something on the chat, man. Like steel sharpens steel, man. And you made a great point. Like we don't
all these drops. Y'all heard him say some new shit, and he gave y'all a reveal date, motherfuckers. He don't show himself. He revealed when he was gonna show himself on my fucking channel. That's the super chat. That's what we
and you made a point which kind of hit me, which is the reason why I end up donating to the super chat. Is you made a great point. You guys, we don't have to be here. We are not getting paid. This is not our job. We're doing this on our free time. We're spitting game, and I'm hoping at least one person picks up this gem. I'm not here thinking that I'm gonna get 1,000 people, 1,000,000 people. If one dude picks this up, man, my job is accomplished, man. I think I got that from when I was teaching. But bottom line is, we don't have to be here. And this is the most important thing. And actually, that's one of the points I'm going to make too later on in one of my questions. I once asked myself, what is more valuable to me, my time, which is my time/energy, or my money? I would have to say my time/energy. Like $50 an hour is not enough for me. $100 an hour is not worth enough for me, because once every second that goes in my life, I can't get back. So I'm spending my life doing this with you, breath. Yeah, for another, I can't tell you how many times I heard this, where they say there's a theory that you come into this life, into this world with a certain amount of breaths. Okay, so every breath I give is a breath closer to death. So I'm here giving you my breath, giving you my life. To drop these gems so y'all can pick this up. So the least y'all can do is drop $1 on WizKid, drop $1, $10 on Afi, drop $1, $10 on Red Pill Chauvinist. It ain't no big deal. It ain't gonna kill y'all. You know what I'm saying? We could take that by ourselves, buy ourselves around the beer after all this talking, man. This thing ain't easy.
They spend on these weird assholes anyway.
Exactly. You can spend $50 on the whole. You can't split that 50 between three of us.
Yeah,
come on, man. Stop it.
I'm gonna let y'all have it. Y'all be taking these 2 for $20 dates. Y'all be taking these bitches on fucking miniature golf dates and all this fucking shit. The fuck? Don't quit lying saying y'all don't. Y'all be going to dinner dates and shit. Y'all be taking them to the movies. Y'all be spending $60, $70. And then come over here trying to ask these motherfucking questions. No. You donate. You get the consultations. You get the one-on-one shit. You get the live shit, man. That's how you do it.
We give it to you raw game. We're not throwing sugar. We're not concerned with your feelings, because as Coach Red Pill has stated, a man is a male who can control his emotions, set his emotions aside, and use logic and reason to come to the best outcome in a situation. So when you come on this channel, when you come to this panel, don't look for no sugar. Don't look for us to coddle your emotions. We're not here for that. You know, I guess women are invited to this, but I'm mostly talking to the men here. So with that being said, there is no emotions on this channel. There's no emotions in this chat. So come with your questions. You know what I'm saying? Let's debate. Let's chat, man. I know y'all got questions, man. I know y'all got things in your head. With that being said, don't be afraid to ask a question at the same time, because I don't know. Let's go with that old adage. Ain't no what is it? Ain't no question a dumb question or something like that. But don't ask me how to get a girl's number though. Let's be for real now.
We don't like that shit either. I thought
Don't come on here with that shit, man.
And they'll still do it. They'll be like, that shit was fire. Oh, that shit was Hey, but anyways.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Show some love, man. Show some love. We got 25 people in the chat right now, man. Any questions? Anybody got any questions, man? I mean, we could go on between the three of us, but I want the folks involved too.
Yeah. And back to what you said before about like the moms. I feel like definitely people have like different kinds of moms. Like some people have that really nice mom, some people have that like bitchy type mom. And like you said about the guy who's in his bed with his mom when he's 32 years old, I feel like people who are growing up very, very close to their mom, as good of a thing that is for your life overall, like that's going to be a great thing for your life overall to be close with your mom. But one of the things is, if you don't have somebody out there who's like teaching you the game or whatever, what's going to end up happening is you're going to get all this female ideology. And what that's going to lead to is you being blue pill, because your mom's going to be like, oh, you got to treat the girls with respect. You got to love them. You got to buy them gifts. Like you got to do that. So that's what your mom is going to tell you. If you're constantly with your mom and like you're only getting things from your mom, you're going to be blue pill. You're not going to learn the real stuff that works. Because as much as I hate to say it, most girls have no clue what actually attracts them. A bunch of girls are going to be like, oh, I'm only going to date a 6-foot guy who's really handsome with money. But the truth is, they break their own rules all the time. And most guys have no clue why a girl might be dating some ugly short guy. But the truth is, he probably knows what he's doing, because 99% of attraction comes from right inside your brain and what you are doing. And that's why we're here to teach you that stuff, because you need to understand that it's possible to learn this stuff. You just have to take the action, and that's what's going to change your life. I'm telling you, I'm 5'6", bro. People are like, oh, there's no way you can get girls. How does he get that girl? Then I go to school and I'm dating these hot girls, and guys are like, how the hell did he get that girl? What? And it brings joy to my face, because it's just like, it's all up here, buddy. It doesn't matter if you're short. Doesn't matter if you're ugly. It doesn't matter if your hair looks like a mess. Doesn't matter if you have bad breath. Well, to an extent, those things do matter. But like, you have to realize that the gist of it is what you know and how you apply it. Sure, other things come into effect, but that's what's really important, and that's what's going to change your life in every situation. And you guys gotta recognize that.
Hold on, Attraction Mansion, because I see my man came through, but don't say shit yet, motherfucker, because I gotta play this, because he coming through clutch time real quick. Y'all gotta respect that shit. He just got off work. He gotta fly in real quick, man. Y'all gotta put respect on people's names, man, from now on. He just got off work. He could have went to sleep. He could have said, I had a long day. Let me just go to bed. Nope. Super Friend Sunday. Y'all motherfuckers, man. I'm going to make y'all put respect on people's names. I don't give a fuck if y'all like it or not. He getting his water ready. Superman sliding through, man. He need to be by 100 by New Year's. Fuck all that shit. Y'all keep saying he fire. Y'all not pushing subscribe. Y'all push subscribe. If y'all typing all that shit, subscribe is faster. Y'all go shit. Leave comments. Don't subscribe. No, fuck that. Like off the top. When you come to these motherfucking chats, push like off the top. I don't care what you heard first. When you listen to the Mindful Attraction Mansion, when you listen to Red Pill, Subscribe. Don't say they fire. Subscribe. It's free. It'll take you 5 seconds, man. Go ahead, Mr. Lawrence D. Adams.
What's going on, my good brothers over in California, my good whiz kids, and my dude at Long Island? What's going on, brothers? Can your guys hear me?
You all straight.
Yes, sir.
Yep, I got you.
That's good. It's so good to be here, man. I just jumped from work right over to the house, turn the computer on and get ready for this.
Appreciate you for that, man.
Yeah, it takes dedication, and this is exactly what I was talking about. The dedication that he has just to be on this show to talk to you guys, like that's the dedication you guys got to find in yourself to really change your life. Because this game, what we're teaching you, it's not just going to change with girls. It literally changes your entire life. And I'm not being dramatic about that. Since I've learned this stuff and experienced it, it's changed every aspect of my life with everyone. It's not just girls. Now, don't get me wrong. It definitely helps you with girls, but it's everything, guys.
Yeah. Real quick. Speaking about dedication real quick, I'm just going to say this. I agree with that with dedication. Cause I heard it from I hate when I forget where I hear this from, but he's true. It's true. I mean, what I was doing before growing up in my teenage years, in my early 20s, I would call it like pretty much freestyling. I was freestyling when it came to women in the game and all that. After my 8-year relationship, you know what I'm saying, it ended up not working out and I couldn't understand why it didn't work out. I started devoting time to try to understand women. For example, like that's when I bought the Art of Mackin. Bought the Art of Mackin, then I bought the Mystery Method. So I just started reading different books because before that, all that happened, I used to be like, why would a guy need to read a book about women? Like, come on, man, you just got to go out there and just do it and da. But once I started reading the books, it was almost like I went from like somebody freestyling to somebody being able to count bars, trying to, starting to be able to write, musical notes and stuff like that. So I say that to say, once I started dedicating time and my mind energy to wanting to know better, to do better when it came to women, man, the game came hard and fast. It didn't come easy. It came hard and fast, man, because it's called the red pill for a reason. Because once you start, I was raised by a church-going woman, a woman that goes to church 3 days a week, blah, blah, blah. She taught me that women are flowers and you're supposed to put women on a pedestal and this, that, and the third. So to be raised like that and then to actually learn women's true nature, yeah, it's a lot of unlearning that you have to do, which is the rough part. And, unlearning, to relearn. And once you do that, you're good to go, man. But Lawrence, man, good to see you, man. Appreciate you being here.
Man, thank you so much for I'm just thankful to be here, man. Definitely. I want to thank the Wiz Kid because my two sons, my one son had already started following him and I didn't even know it. That's my youngest son. And I told my oldest son, you better reach out to him and just say hi, whatever the case may be. Because a lot of times we don't realize, even though I might give it at this level, he can have something because they're actually the same age that he can drop on them. And sometimes we don't realize that we're thinking that we're the end all be all a game. We're not. You can always learn something new and you can always learn from somebody else, regardless of age, creed, or whatever the case may be. You always got to be open to learn. That's what I'm hearing right now is that once you learn this, the thing is not women. Women are second, not even on the list. You become a new man. Your mindset has to change. And until your mindset changes, nothing around you is going to change. So a lot of times guys want to focus on, I got to get the girl. No. Have you changed who you are on the inside and how you view yourself, self-esteem or self-image? Let me stop because I'm
Yeah. No, I see. Now we love that. That's what we're here for. But just to recap you, Lawrence, the first thing that I spoke about is the fact that, the first thing I said was, I'm starting from our last conversation, I'm starting to believe that, maybe the game is not for everybody. Because, I kept asking, how come these people aren't getting it? I'm telling my brother, I'm telling my nephew, sometimes it takes my brother years to actually sink in what I'm saying. And bottom line, I was saying, maybe the game isn't for everybody. And another way of saying that was maybe everybody doesn't have the hardware to receive the software for these upgrades because the game has changed. You got social media, people have more options, accessibility to people, so on and so forth. So That's one of the first things that I said. After that, I stated that there's different types of guys out here. You know, you could separate a guy.
Yeah, right
Go
there.
ahead.
Mic was off.
Whose mic was off? My mic was off?
No, mine was. I was saucy what you said. The upgrades and all that shit. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I was talking to you, but my mic was off. Go ahead.
Oh, all right, go ahead. My bad. So some people aren't able to be upgraded. So then I was talking about the different types of dudes that they are, and some of the ways that you could differentiate the different type of guys out here. One could be, the way they lost their virginity. It could be, they lost their virginity on a one-night stand, at 14. Another person could have lost their virginity by, their uncle paying for them at 18. Another guy could have, been in a 3-year relationship or 5-year relationship with his girlfriend and lost it at the end of 5 years. And because of that, every relationship he's in, it's a long-term monogamous relationship. So with that, those 3 different type of guys that I described look at the game differently, look at women differently. Another way that could differentiate people is the first time that you get rejected by a woman, by a girl. There's some 40-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 20-year-olds still stuck on the fact that, Sheila, rejected them in kindergarten, first grade, they're still not over it. And I was basically describing how a lot of people walking around with, their pain bodies, their child pain bodies where, they're not getting over that stuff, and the last thing that I brought up, not the last thing in this point, but the last thing I brought up to this point was, another thing that could differentiate people or men is they mamas, and at first Wizkid was talking about, the love that your mama gives you, it teaches you how to treat a woman and so on and so forth. I was like, you know what, Wizkid, I'm not even knocking him for that answer because, I have to remember how old he is. And I said, if I was his age, when I was his age, I would have gave the same remark. But when I was 17, 18, I moved to a different city and I was working within people's homes. And that's when I, started realizing like, yo, there's bad mothers out there. There's some fucked up moms out there that nobody really talks about that stuff, but there are fucked up moms out there. And how does that change a man, who he is and, how he becomes? And then I give the example of, truth be told, I have a friend of mine, I've known him for about 30 years, but I don't see him all day, every day. But I brought him up because a mutual friend of mine told me, let's just say he's not going to 40 now, but our mutual friend told me like, yeah, he was, up until he was about 23, he was sleeping in the same bed as his mom's. I was like, what? Yo, hold on 1 second.
Hey, go ahead, Lawrence. I thought that was a part of the story.
Right, I thought that was more like, okay.
Nah, it wasn't, man. Nah, my bad. I got interrupted. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was saying how a mutual friend of mine was telling basically like I have a friend not going on 40, but he was saying how he basically was sleeping in the same bed as his mom's up until he was about 20 in his early 20s. Like, I mean, and I seen my dude all the time, and I never. But once my man told me that. Because I always felt that dude was a little, just to say he was a little different. So when I heard that about him, the fact that it wasn't a shock to me was like, okay, that's why he's different. That has to have an effect. So just to catch you up, Lawrence, these are the things that, we kind of discussed so far.
I'm glad that's amazing right there. But the things you guys talked about, I'm glad because it's been on my mind this week. I think a lot of men, they don't want to talk about this. Red pill, mental, gaming have not been healed from the relationship with their mother. They have not been healed from the girl that hurt them. And so what they do is they have anger towards women. And so what happens is when you have an anger, how can you hate something that you want to bring towards you? So secretly they have a hatred towards women. And they try to use sex as a way to heal it instead of being healed from that situation on the inside.
I would have to agree 100% on my own. Yeah, I can give you my own personal story with my mother. Like, long story short, my mom used to whoop the shit out of me when I was younger. So when I got older, when I was in, I'll say my late 20s, I was just having a regular conversation with her, and I was like, yeah, like the way you used to whoop my ass when I was younger, right? She was like, what are you talking about? Oh, yo, stop playing, man. You know, y'all used to whip my ass, man. She's like, I never did that. And truth be told, that caused the wedge between me and my mother because I looked at it like, yo, either I'm crazy or she crazy because either that shit happened or it didn't because she's acting like it didn't happen. I say all that to say, my mother saw the wedge between us and it got to a point when she said, and I mean, you know, she's a woman. Let's look at the way that she worded it. She said, I don't know what I did to you, but I know I must have done something to make you feel that way, this way. And because of that, I apologize. So I say all that to say, while we were having that rift or whatever, I don't know. I really wasn't having smooth communication with women. I'm not saying I wasn't having issues, but it wasn't smooth and relaxed. And, you know, after my mom apologized to me, yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. Like I don't have no problem, you know, opening up. Like once my mom told me that, I went to my car and I cried about it, man, because that's how deep the situation was. That's how moving it was. And once I got over that, oh my God, my relationship with women, like I started to be able to understand women even better. Because then I understood why my moms didn't even want to take accountability for what she did when I was younger.
So that's a powerful. A lot of times, guys, when they come onto this side of the rope, is sometimes because they got hurt because of the mother issue. It could be because of the father issue, but a lot of times they have not been healed with the situation with the women in their life. Until you get healed from the women, see, a lot of times in this sphere, men's sphere, men don't talk about being healed from the situations or the relationships they have with women. And so now the woman, now you're making the woman pay for what the other woman did. These guys got to be healed. So in order to have a healthy relationship, first with yourself and then with women. So that's going to taint the game that you have. That's going to taint how you do everything because you're looking at glasses that have been filtered by how this one woman did you. So you view every woman that way instead of understanding, as you said, and as was been talked about, female nature.
Right.
Yeah.
Once you understand female nature, you no longer hate them, you appreciate them because you understand them.
I got something to say with that too. One thing I learned as I was learning all this kind of stuff is if a girl isn't attracted to you, it's your fault. It's not the girl's fault. It's not the girl's fault that she isn't attracted to you because you don't understand how to attract that girl if she isn't attracted to you. It's not her fault that she's not attracted to you, just as if it's not your fault you're not attracted to another girl. You get rejected because you aren't coming across as attractive. And that's why you have to learn how to do that. And that's why it annoys me when guys get mad at girls in general. Like, I mean, I have in the past, but like it annoys me because like it's your fault you got rejected. 99% of the time, it's your fault. And another thing that relates to what you said is when it comes to like guys blaming girls for other things that other girls have done. And the thing with that is it's like you can't like look for your confidence or like how you feel about something from girls. Like you can't have that mindset because like a lot of guys get their confidence from being able to get girls, but you have to be able to find that inside of yourself first. Because if you're trying to attract girls and make them your source of validation, what you're going to come across as is just really needy. Like they're going to be able to sense that he's trying to get in my pants to prove himself. And that's not confidence. That's you trying to fake your way into getting confidence. You have to develop it inside yourself before you can go out and just expect that kind of stuff.
Hey yo, Afi, real quick, man. I'm gonna want you to quarterback these questions on the chat. Could I ask these guys to ask some questions? And I see they got some questions for us, man. So yo, quarterback that for me, please, man.
All right, let me see. It says bitches refuse accountability. True. Men have to talk about their feelings. Most men don't. We physically tougher, but women are naturally stronger with emotional verbal words. True. I disagree. Flo says he disagrees with what he says because not every female is going to be attracted to you. No matter how confident you may be, there are still those females that won't feel you. Okay, Expose. Let me give you some expert of the game real quick. How many bitches do you need? Okay, so you don't need every single woman to be attracted to you. You only need one. Me, I need 5, 6, or 7. But the whole point of it is the whole point of it is yeah, every woman ain't gonna like you, but do you need every single woman to like you? No, just the same way Lauren said, you don't like every single woman, man. So as long as you got that one or two, that's a few that's gonna do whatever the fuck you want them to do. That's a win, player.
But I think that's a point, because that's something I had to realize in myself too when it comes to talking about rejection. You got to realize maybe even if your game is tight, you came with the right energy, whatever the case may be. Maybe you're just not her type.
Bad
Maybe you're
timing
just not her type.
or bad
Period.
or
That's
bad.
what I had to learn. I had to learn every chick is not my type, so I'm not every chick's type. So that's part of the game too. You got to realize sometimes you're just not her type, man.
Or bad timing.
Or bad timing. Absolutely.
And that's right. And I feel like something that a lot of people get into like themselves is they try to fit every single girl into one category. But like when you're trying to attract different girls, obviously every single girl is different. Like sure there are concepts definitely that work with just about every single girl, but each individual girl obviously has different likes and dislikes, and like they might be shy or they might be more attracted to the complete asshole. They might actually be attracted to the nice guy. You have to be able to get that vibe for yourself. And if you don't match their type, like you don't want to fake your way into being that type of person. You want to be like a genuine guy. Like you don't want to change your whole personality. So when it comes to that stuff, sure, not every girl is going to be attracted to you. But like what I was saying before, like if you already are her type, like if you already match up but you don't know it yet, but you screw it up, you can't be mad at her for what you did wrong. Like you can't. I just feel like it's not right to be mad at a girl if she's not attracted to you. Because even if you don't screw up and you do everything right, like you guys said, not every girl's going to be attracted to you, but you can't be mad at them for how they feel. First of all, regardless of if it's your fault or not, you have to still be able to focus on your own game and move on, because not every girl's going to like you. You have to be able to accept the rejection sometimes and move on. Because like I
How
said
many
before,
girls are there in the world? Like people be acting like it's just like, oh, it's just 500 that I can see every day. No, motherfucker, it's millions and billions of fucking women.
people get rejected every single day. Like I said before, the difference is the guys who are good with girls are willing to go out there and talk to 100 girls and get rejected by 75 maybe. But then they get 25 numbers. Whereas the other guys go up to 2 girls, get rejected both times, and give up for the next 3 weeks. Like that's where it comes in the mindset. You got to be able to get over the rejection and move on to the next one and know it's going to be better. Go into the interaction knowing you're going to get the number. If you go into that interaction thinking in your head, I'm getting her number, your odds increase a million times because it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You got to believe in yourself. You got to believe in your game. And
look how smart he is. Look how he talked.
Yeah, but like it's just facts. Like a lot of guys are looking for that magic pill that's just gonna fix everything in their game and it's just gonna make them instantly attracted to girls. That one liner that's gonna do it. Like that's not how it works. You have to develop the mindset. But once you get that mindset, every girl is gonna be so much more attracted to you. You just gotta know what you're doing.
Let me say this. Let me say this. You said something that triggered something I've been playing with all in my mind this week. You said guys are looking for this magic pill to make it work. Let me go another. I was going to do the video. I was going to do it last night. I was going to do it on YouTube, but I thought about it. YouTube is acting a little funny. A lot of guys are looking for the unicorn. And what I mean is they're looking for this magical one woman who's going to be everything to them, who's going to fit all the things, and they're looking for this magical unicorn that does not exist. And what happens is that's why their game is at the level where it is, because they don't, when they get rejected, what they're getting rejected personally, because they're looking for this magical unicorn. There is no magical unicorn out there. Once you realize that, you understand
That question
female nature.
when you finish.
Say that again.
The last question too when you finish. It's a good one.
What's the last question? I
Travis.
can't. Yeah, so there's no magical unicorn out there. Let me read what it says. What is the proper balance of being disciplined, budgeting, eating, health, maturity, and being fun with spontaneous? How much does it matter on each female versus universal law of women? Oh, whoa. I'm gonna tell you. This is a good. It's a heavy question, but let me give it like this. The proper balance is this. And I've been teaching my sons this. You must place whoever you claim to be your higher power, God, whatever the case may be, first. Then you. Then everything else falls under there. You must put yourself first. So the balance is this. You must know, you first got to learn yourself. A lot of guys have not taken the time to learn themselves. So they're trying to attract someone and try to balance a life that they don't even know that they even like. Because they're so concerned about as you said, please no woman or try to do what she likes. What do you like? So the balance comes into play is this. What do you like? What is your budget? What do you like to eat? Are you taking care of yourself? I'm 46. So right now I'm on vitamins. Now I need to get back into the gym. I'm taking care of myself so I can have longevity in multiple ways.
Yeah, did you cut out there?
Say that again.
Oh, sorry. I thought you cut out. I was just gonna.
No. I didn't. I just walked away, stepped away from the mic. It's okay. So you got to take care of yourself. What are your habits? What do you like to do? A lot of times, guys have not taken the time to learn themselves. So they're looking for this woman to be this magical pill. Still goes back to what I was saying and what answering his questions. So the balance comes in is knowing yourself. As I don't know who the person. I know it was Socrates or who it was. Or it's know thyself. A lot of guys do not know themselves, and they're expecting a woman to come in their life and to show them who they are, to make them whole. So you have to take time to get your money together. Do you like to travel? Where do you like to go? What's your favorite color? What do you like to do? What food do you eat? What do you don't like to eat? So that you can be something. So you can be the prize. I'm sort of coming from work, but I'm gonna break it out another way. A lot of you guys are not the prize, and even though we teach you are the prize, because you don't realize that you are the prize, because you don't know yourself. You do not know yourself.
Lawrence, that's the that's the magic pill. Know thyself. That's what I think we said it at least once every episode. When it comes to mindset, when it comes to confidence, when it comes to game, we always come back to know thyself. A lot of people don't take the time to know thyself. They have, they got sports to watch all the time, music all the time in their ear. They got maybe the stresses of life, like jobs and stuff like that. Nobody. Look, my brother went on a vacation of the couple weeks ago to an island. And he said there was a point in time where he was just not. My brother is a millennial. I'm just throw that out there. He's younger than me. He's a millennial, and he's all about electronics. Going to sporting events, concerts, and this, that, and the third. Watching Netflix all day and blah blah blah. So he said he went on this trip with some coworkers, and there was a point in time where he was on the beach, just laid out, doing absolutely nothing. Had no electronics, had no music in his ear. He said he did that for about 20 minutes, and he said to me, he was like, yeah, I don't think I've ever done that in my life, man. I was like, what you mean? Just laying down doing nothing? He's like, yeah. I was like, yo, so how'd it feel? He's like, yo, man, it felt great. Like, I felt like, I had time, to think. I was like, exactly. Most people don't even take time to think. They're usually worried, stressing, planning. How about just sitting down and just think, just random thoughts. People don't do that like that. I think that's where my game came from, because I just started thinking about, I'm a person, I like to learn. So something came in me, and I was like, I want to learn about the interaction between man and woman. Well, I know a little bit about man because I'm a man. Let me learn about women. So that's what really started my game, my knowledge on wanting to learn and reading about the books about women and so on and so forth. So I say all that to say, bottom line is, Yo, you got to know yourself, man. Just like Lauren said, you got to know what you like, what you dislike, what you want to eat, what you don't want to eat, the type of people you like to be around, what type of people you can't be around. You know, like, basically, bottom line is that is the magic pill. That is the quick fix, if you want to call it. Learn yourself. That person in the mirror, look in the pupil of that person's eyes and get to know that person, man. Go ahead.
But to add on to that, I think that it's so important for people to realize that you have to learn who you are first and then go out and attract the girls. Like, you can't be learning who you are on the fly and having the girl teach you who you are. You have to be yourself and stand firm.
Fire game right there. That's a super chat. Somebody put a super chat, put your PayPal in. That was some fire shit right there.
No, but for real, you gotta understand who you are. Like you guys said, you have to have a strong basis of who you are, because what that does is it's gonna make you a dominant, assertive male when you are talking to girls, because you're not gonna cave into their opinions or whatever. You're gonna stand up for yourself like a guy. You're gonna stand up like a respectable person, and that's gonna
try to start your PayPal now. You need to do it.
And another thing that this is a little tip that's gonna help you guys out is, since you're being yourself and you're being who you are, do you really want to go out and pay that first date? Maybe you do. But what I'm saying is, if you barely know this girl, why are you going out and paying $20 for a meal? Like, I'm just saying.
You making y'all feel silly, ain't y'all? You this in high school.
If you don't want to go out and pay for that meal, then why are you? Why are you putting her on that pedestal, paying for her, hoping for a chance to get in her pants? Like, be the guy in the situation. If you at that time want to get to know her first, just be like, yo, I don't normally pay on the first date, so let's just split the bill this time. You know, if it goes good, you know, I'll pay next time. But make her have something to work for, because not only is that going to frame you like you're used to doing this all the time, pre-selection. If you're not paying for the girl, she's going to think, wow, he's used to hanging out with girls all the time. He's not just going to pay for me. He's not going to
fucking say that shit again. Come on, man.
Yeah. Like, you gotta have the mindset of putting yourself first. Don't do things like, think in your head, am I doing this logically, or am I doing this because I want to have sex? Do the thing that's logical, because it's going to end up getting you the sex. Because the logical things is treating yourself as the prize, like I said before. So once you have that basis for who you are yourself, you're instantly going to become more attractive, because that leads to everything else in that same situation. It leads to the pre-selection, which I talk about all the time, which is the concept of girls being more attracted to guys who girls already like. If you give off the mentality of abundance, like we talk about all the time, if you give off the mentality that you have tons of girls all the time, then you're not afraid to be who you are and express yourself. And girls will be able to sense that vibe and get that vibe from you. And then they will be more attracted to you for that reason. Yeah. So just put yourself first and everything else will follow.
This guy has put down at 17 and put some weight on this conversation. This is amazing, which is awesome, because once he said a lot, and you need to go back and recap and listen to what was just said, because so much was dropped right there. Once you are concrete in yourself, you're concrete and you have your intentions strong, you begin to draw things to you magically. Once you're concrete in your intentions and who you are, you begin to draw things to you magically. It seems like magic, but it actually just comes to you because you are standing unequivocally and unapologetically in your essence as a man. And what happens is a lot of guys have not learned that first lesson, but they want to learn advanced stuff about the game and about how to get women, but they have not learned the first lesson is, as we've been saying, as it started, twisting the term, is to learn to be yourself. Now, you need to be a constant evolving of your. I don't want the level that you at, some of you guys are at, it's not going to work. You got to be constantly evolving into a better version of who you are. If you're not involved, and you're not doing it for no one else, you're doing it for yourself. And a lot of you have not evolved into a better version of yourself. Some of you need to change what you wear. Some of you need a haircut. Some of you need to trim up your beard or wherever the case may be. You need to become a better version of yourself. A lot of times they don't talk about this. They say, yeah, this say this, say that. Yeah, that matters, but you need to become a better version of yourself to yourself. That's where it starts at.
Yeah, and adding on to that, it's every single day. Like, don't just think, oh, I'm at this level, now I'm good. You improve yourself every single day, because not only will you be learning more stuff, but people who improve themselves every single day are way more attractive to girls and to other people that you just want to be friends with. You're instantly going to attract people into your life because that motivation you have from yourself is just magnetic. Like, don't ever become stagnant with where you are at. Don't just become satisfied. Always improve yourself.
Decipher this question in there, but let me tell you this also, what you're learning here is applicable in any stage that you're in, whether you're in a relationship, married, divorce, whatever the case may be. A lot of times guys think they get this red pill information. They think it's just for, I'm just to talk to girls and this and that. No, this is applicable in a relationship. This is applicable in a marriage. You need to apply this all the time. Sometimes when guys get in a relationship or they get into a marriage, they become lax and they forget this information or they stop using it. But you need to use it all the time. This is not just for the single guy information. No, this is for if you're married, you're in a relationship. This information applies because you're learning first your nature, and then you're learning also the nature of a woman. Once you learn those two things, man, you're on a different level. You can have a successful marriage. You can have a red pill marriage relationship. Red pill. If you knew this information when you was in your relationship, how would it made a difference?
Shit, I would have been in control of the entire relationship. Not saying I would have been controlling her, but any direction that I wanted the relationship to go, I felt that it would have went in. Where before I felt like it was kind of like 50-50, where now I feel like I should be CEO of my company. I shouldn't have my worker making CEO decisions. So I'm gonna segue you because another question. Were you gonna say something? All right, I was gonna segue you because the second question that I had was, what is the panel's thoughts on marriage in 2018? I mean, like signing the marriage license. Because I can tell you, me personally, going through what I went through, you know what I mean? I can't say that I would never live with a woman in my life, but as far as signing a marriage license in North America, not so much. I know people who got married. I know people who've been divorced. And I haven't found a dude who, matter of fact, I'll say it like this. Besides, the marriage of my parents who've been married almost 44 years now, I haven't met too many people who are happily married. So, and besides that, the statistics, when a guy gets married and gets divorced, pretty much he's basically on the short end of the stick, as they say. So, I tell my parents, I don't see myself getting married, man, at least not in North America, because, and then when I ask them, it's I'm that dude in the family. When I go to family functions, I'm the guy in the living room with like 15 of my female family members sitting and standing in front of me. Like, why won't you get married again? Why don't you have a girlfriend here? This is the third year you don't have somebody. And I sit there calmly and explain to them, like, these are my reasons. And they come with their reasons, their shaming tactics and all that, this, that, and the third. But quick story, recently, I was with my godmother and she was like, why don't you marry, this, that, and the third? I'm like, yo, these are my reasons, blah, blah, blah. She's like, oh, but what happens when you're 70, 80 years old? You're going to be in the corner, by your, needing your diaper change and you're drooling. I was like, yo, godmom, how many dudes do you know that's 70, 80 years old and is in that predicament? She's like, well, nobody. Then I looked at my mom like, yo, mom, you know anybody like that? My older cousin, so, and I was like, yo, you keep saying this to me, but you don't know anybody like that personally. But I didn't say this to them. But my caveat is, I find that most women who don't get married, they the ones who are in the nursing homes. They're the proverbial cat ladies and stuff like that. The guy who never got married and didn't have kids, in my opinion, when I be like, yo, where's he at? Nobody could point to him because he's still traveling. He's 75 years old. He just came from China. Is about to go to fucking Australia next. You know what I'm saying? What I find is the guy who does need his diaper change. He's the one who went through 3 divorces, has 5 kids, is paying alimony, child support, so on and so forth. So I say that entire rant to ask the panel, what are your thoughts on marriage in North America as far as signing the marriage license in 2018?
Let me take this one. Shout out to Lottery Google for the super chat, man. And he said he's loving the lineup, bro. Great value. This is the same lineup. This is Super Friends Sundays, fam. So this is what you're gonna get every time. This isn't something that you lucked up on and they just happened to have Red Pill and Attraction Mansion. No, this is the Sunday Super Friends, man. This is what you're gonna get all the time. And to answer the question about marriage, fuck no. Next person.
Okay, I got you. I'll probably be pretty quick too. So, me personally, I feel like I'm probably gonna end up getting married, but I feel like it's all in the person. Like, if you have that ideal life of like getting married and having kids, and like if that's what you want, then don't be afraid to go for it. Although I will say I would never sign a prenup. That ain't for me. Like, it just seems like a way of her getting half your money if things don't work out. Because as much as people might want it to, over half of all marriages, I'm pretty sure it is, end in divorce. And you know why? It's because eventually you lose attraction. Like, that's how it is. Like, you fall out of love in like half of marriages. And I don't know enough about it because obviously I've never been married. But like, I feel like the best way to go with it is do what feels best for you in the moment. So if in the moment you feel like, you know what, I want to get in a relationship, and let's say you're happy in that relationship for 8 years, like, why do you have to get married? Like, what is that thing that says you have to get married? Like, be with them and love them and be with them, have kids if you want to, like, and enjoy their presence. But why be forced to stay with them for your entire life if you fall out of love or if you aren't attracted? Like, why not be able to continue your life after that? You only have so many breaths, like Red Pill said earlier. You got to use those breaths. You got to go out there and keep exploring the world and keep making changes in your life. And it's up to the person. Whatever makes you happy, do that. Although I know like a lot of people are Christian and stuff. Like, I'm Christian, and that's probably part of the reason that I am going to get married. But there's many other aspects to the different things that people choose to do with their lives. And I completely see where everybody would be coming from with never getting married, because frankly, logically, I do agree with it, with not getting married and taking it moment by moment in your life and taking it where it leads you. So with that, we'll go to Lawrence.
Ooh, y'all done got me into a snake pit. You're gonna have me to say something about this. Y'all done got me into a snake pit. What do I have to say about this? I'm coming from a whole different sphere. And I'm gonna say this because I have to keep it authentic to who I am and to what's being said here. That the question is about whether to marry or not, or be in a relationship in 2018. Yes, if you have this red pill knowledge, you will not lose attraction with your mate if you understand how to use this information inside of a marriage. Now, a lot of guys are afraid of marriage.
Preach.
So a lot of guys are afraid to use this information. They're afraid of getting married because of the financial calamity that they have if they get married. Let me explain something. You need to set up, before you get married, your assets, your things separate in your name before you get married. Just in case something happens, you're separated from her financially and she separates from her financially, and you have something written up, document, to protect yourself. A lot of you guys will wear rubbers, wear condoms, but you don't protect yourself financially. So, and a lot of guys are afraid of marriage because of the financial calamity they may potentially have. So if you protect yourself by wearing a condom, how much more do you need to protect yourself having to financially set yourself up before she even shows up? Have your stuff in order. Have things already written out, how you want things to go. You guys are afraid of that. So now for Red Pill, he's talking about the 7-year-old guy. I'm gonna tell you, a lot of you guys, if you do not get this information, I don't know if I'm frozen or what. Can you guys hear me?
You good? I hear you.
You're good.
Okay. A lot of you guys, if you don't get this information, you're gonna be the guy stuck with 2 dogs and a cat if you do not apply what we're talking about tonight. I'm sorry to tell you, you're gonna be the reverse of the cat woman. Because you're going to realize at 17 you want something, at 36 you want something, and at 40 you want something different, because you're going to change what your taste in women, what you tolerate and what you can't tolerate. And you're going to realize, I remember my dad told me something years ago, and I was like, man, no, because I was living in Atlanta, I was doing my thing. He said, you know what, son, one day you're going to get old and you're going to want somebody to share your life with. I was like, no, I'm kicking it. I was down there. This was when the lean, when the rock, what it was on. I was down there doing my thing. No, I'm having too much fun. You're going to want somebody. You may not want them now, but at some point in your life, you're going to want companionship to share on that trip to Panama, Peru, to different places, or meet her down there and you share. You're going to want companionship. A lot of you guys are hearing this red pill. Sometimes it can become a little, not too red pill personally. I'm not talking about you personally. I'm talking about the philosophy of red pill. Not your philosophy, the philosophy in whole essence. And they miss the important part of it is some of you guys are not ready for this. You need to get a woman. You ain't ready. This game is too heavy for you. And you're going to realize later on in life, your taste is going to change. When I was 17, woo, I wanted a certain type. When I was 36, 37, wanted a different type. Now that I'm 40, going on 47, I want something completely different. You're going to change, and you're going to want somebody that's going to be there, and your dog is not going to do it. The dog can't lick your butt and can't lick your nuts.
Shout out to Alpha King Supreme. This is the first time I've seen him type in not all capitals, he said, and I look, he went back to the capitals.
But definitely, you got to realize, even though you may not agree, and I'm not marriage in the sense of the traditional way through the state. No.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer. But
that's the difference. No, I would at this stage in my life, I'm not going to do it that way.
Now, I like what you said though about wanting to share your life with somebody, share your experiences, because like I said, I don't see myself getting married in the traditional sense. But as I've gotten older, I've been going on trips and I go with my fellas, people I've known for decades. But I got to a point now, like, yo, like I want to go out there and chill with a lady friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, she don't got to be my wife, but I want to have those experiences with some feminine energy next to me. Like, I don't want to be kicking it with my dudes every time I go out the country. So, you know what I mean? So I'm at a point now where I can set it up where I have my lady friend meeting me outside the country. We will be, celebrating each other outside of the country. And that's an epic experience. You meeting a chick from another country in a different country than y'all not even from. Like, are you kidding me? Oh, man, let me stop, man. Let me stop. Oh, my God. Go ahead, man.
These guys don't. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I said you ain't gotta stop. Go ahead.
No, I was saying, yeah, these guys don't realize they're gonna get gray. See this gray over here? This ain't by accident. This ain't by accident. You're gonna want somebody to share your world with, and if you don't, what the thing of it is, you must. I'm repeating it for a purpose because I'm a teacher. I'm also a teacher. I'm repeating on purpose. You must get this philosophy in you so that you understand your nature and female nature. So when you do, you keep that attraction going. when you're in a relationship or in a marriage or whatever, how you want to do this, you keep that relationship going. You keep that attraction going. So you don't have that percentile of people getting a divorce because they lack attraction. No, their attraction is a choice, but you got to know what triggers to push to cause that attraction to be what the level it needs to be at. I'm telling you, you guys are going to see.
Yo, cause I could tell you when I was playing house per se with my ex living together for 8 years, I would say the first 2 or 3 years I was still I'm lying. I'll say the first 2 years I was still doing the things that I did when we were dating, whatever little things I would do with her. I say all that to say after like 3 years, I kind of fell back and kind of coasted. Kind of looked at it like, we've been living together this many years, like, and it was basically like a cycle. I come home, we eat, I go to work, basically like a cycle to the point. Oh my, I hate going back to that time, man, because I wasn't fully red pill at the time, so I was doing things that were very blue pillish. Like it came a point where, I literally had to come to her and like ask her for sex. Like, yo, we're having sex like 2-3 times a month. Like, what's good? Like, when I look back, all that is my fault. That has nothing to do with her. I had to look at myself in the mirror and be like, yo, that's me and not her. So, yeah, I would ask her for sex and, oh my God, yo, give me a second, man. I just hate thinking about that time, man. Yo, to the point where, this is therapy, right? Yeah, let me tell you how blue pill I was in that relationship, man. It was to a point where I went to her friend. It was like, yo, holla at your girl, yo, like, yo, what up? Yo, she only gave me 2, nah. To the point where, yo, I can't say no more. I can't say no more. Just know it was ugly around that time, but I still like to say I learned from that relationship. If you decide that you want to be with that one woman, you want to marry, you want a wife, you want to live with you, you still have to date her. You still have to be a CEO regardless. Still give her tasks, still do all that stuff, man. Don't look at it like, all right, well, we've been together 5 years, so now I gotta. Nah, man, you should. Your old head told me never have a woman 100% comfortable with you, man. So it's basically like I speak about my father. Yo, I say I won't get married, and like I said, I haven't seen too many marriages that worked or whatever the case may be. But my parents have been married 40-something years, and I think I said this in the episode before. If I'm, I believe all women lie, but if I'm to believe what my mother has told me and what the history is and everything, my father married a virgin. Okay, my father's 10-something years, you're about 10 years older than my mother, this, that, and the third, so on and so forth. So I say all that to say, if I'm gonna be with a woman, she's gonna have to be a woman who, this is what I was gonna say. The reason why I believe the marriage between my parents worked for all these years is because my father does what he wants, when he wants, how he wants, whenever he wants to do it. Okay? They've been living in the same house the entire marriage. You know what I mean? Like, so when I saw that a marriage worked, I could ask myself, how the hell did it work so long? Like, this dude is I ain't gonna lie, my pops is borderline narcissist. All right. So I asked myself, how does that work? But he found him a woman who was willing to learn, who was moldable. He imprinted her, and ever since then, she knows him. So it's like, if she knows him, she's like, could I be telling, like, when I was younger, she'd be like, yo, how you let dad do this? She's like, yo, that's your father, man. Yo, let your father be your father. I know your father. That's just how he is. I need a woman that's willing to be like that. That's the chick I'm willing to marry, man.
And guess what? There are about 10 million, about 10,000 of them out there. 10,000 of those type of women out there. What happened is we forget the universal laws. We only attract who we are. Once you become that man that your father, that you said your father is, that you begin to attract a woman who actually complements that who you are. What happened is a lot of guys have not become that within themselves. So they're attracting something of lower stat, or I don't want to say lower status, but that is not on the same level they're expecting in their mind. There's one thing in your mind, there's the other thing what you're actually attracting. So what happens is once you become that, being that, you begin to attract that. So you need to check whoever's in your life is just a mirror of who you are. I didn't mean to get metaphysical and all like that, but whoever's in your life is just a reflection of who you are. So a lot of you guys are just seeing a reflection. So if you don't like the reflection of the women that are in your life or the people in your life, you need to go back and check you, because it's a reflection of who you are. No, it ain't. No, it is you. So if you want that kind of relationship that Red Pill was just dropping, that his mother and father has, is because his father has an image of himself of being a certain way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And can I add to that? I just want to say that a problem that so many guys have when it comes to that stuff is it's like they don't realize that, like you said, they are a mirror of who they're surrounded by. So because most men don't think of themselves as that high quality alpha male, because most guys don't have that mindset, when they go out and try to attract that super, super attractive girl, they can't get her because they're already thinking she's better than me. She's higher status. How can I win her over? And that's just the wrong mindset to have. Whereas if you're the person who is surrounded by those type of people all the time, it just becomes second nature because it's who you are. You're used to talking to super hot girls because that's who you're always around. It's a reflection of who you are. And if you want to improve your game with girls, you got to improve the other people around you too.
That's funny you say that. I remember when I lived, that's funny. Let me drop this. It's funny you say that. I lived in Atlanta. Now I stayed in College Park. Anybody know what College Park is? I lived in College Park. And so what I would do was, and this is a principle I want everybody to get. And so when I lived in College Park, I would go to Phipps Plaza. Phipps Plaza was the high-end Saks, Gucci, Louis, all that store. And I would go to this particular restaurant and I would sit there and have tea or have an entree, just one entree or appetizer at a particular restaurant that was high-end. That was high end. I did this several times. What I was doing was raising my vibration up of who I was to attract more of what I wanted. A lot of you guys you are going to the gutter of gutter clubs and expecting to find a dime piece in the gutter of gutter clubs. So you need to go to where you want to, the level of where the women or the place that you want to go at, and go there. When I went to Phipps Plaza, I put my little suit on that was crusty and rusty, but I sat there and I drank my tea and yeah, have it back. I made myself fit there. So now once I got that being that, I begin to attract that kind of people around me. Same thing when it comes to women. You need to change your environment. First environment on the inside of you to affect your environment on the outside of you. You need to do that.
What I'll add to that is saying, well, you said it again, man. You went back to knowing yourself. So back to knowing yourself. One of the things that I started doing once I started learning about women, like one thing that we never really talk about is red pill rage. I wouldn't say I went through a red pill rage, but I say I went through like a frustration of like, why does it have to be like that? Because I was raised to believe, like when I was younger, that basically men and women are the same and this, that, and the third. So in my transition of learning the difference between men and women, there's a bit of a frustration. But with that said, and getting to know yourself, I remember 15 years ago, I would never go to the movie theaters by myself. I would think that's a weirdo thing to do. Yo, I can't tell you the last time I went to the movie theaters with a woman, man. Like when I go to the movies, I go by myself now. Like basically, I still like to say, like, you gotta learn how to be with yourself. Like I've gone to restaurants by myself, have dinner by myself, have tea by myself. So when I start doing that and actually go to a function where I don't necessarily know anybody, they can see that I'm by myself, but I'm comfortable. Now that I'm comfortable by myself, they looking like, yo, you know this guy right here? Yo, who this guy come with, man? And mind you, the first person I'm a personable person. So the first person that comes to me, the conversation is live. So then it's like, yo, who knows this guy? Yo, Sally went over there and she hasn't come back since. Like, why Sally just, now that attracts more people and this, that, and the third, because, and in addition to that, before I used to, besides sitting at the side, I'm comfortable enough, not too many people are comfortable with dancing, but I'm that dude on the dance floor dancing by himself, having a party by himself. And when you do that, when you're able to be comfortable dancing on the dance floor by yourself and being comfortable, you'll have 3 or 4 chicks around you, vying for your attention and competing with all the other 3 women to dance with you, man. So bottom line, what I'm saying is, if you get to know yourself, that includes being by yourself, no electronics, no nothing, just sitting with yourself, just learning yourself. Not too many people do that. When you do that, that's going to attract the women, man. That's going to make the women look at you like, yo, that's going to make the women intrigued. You want women intrigued. You want them to be like, yo, you want them to want to peel your layers off of you, man. But yeah, go ahead, man. I hate when I rant. Go ahead.
It's awesome you say that. This is something I used to say on my old radio show years ago. How do you expect somebody to be comfortable with you when you have not become comfortable with yourself? How do you expect somebody to be comfortable with you when you have not become comfortable within your own self? If you can't enjoy your company, how do you expect her to enjoy your company? A lot of you guys are looking for, once again, for outside confirmation, as Weird Kid has said, to attraction matching to validate you instead of looking for the internal validation that you have on the inside. How can you expect that? You have to be comfortable in your own self first in order for somebody else to be comfortable with you. These guys are so any of you guys have any questions out there? Because we just dropping some. What is expert level intrigue tactics to?
Yo, I got something we could talk about for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I was thinking earlier about this. Since we were talking about how every girl is different, I think something useful we could talk about is the differences in trying to attract like such as a shy girl, or trying to attract someone who's known as like a bad girl, or somebody who's like really top notch but like thinks low of herself, or like the depressed girl. Like, you probably wouldn't want to date one of those, but like, you know what I mean? Just like the different types of girls, the shy girls and all that kind of stuff, like how you would attract the individual type, stuff like that. If anybody has any thoughts on that.
So you were saying how to attract the individual types of women. That's what you were saying.
Yeah, like just we could just like discuss the different ways to help guys understand how to attract the different types of girls.
Let me tell you one thing I did. And there's a lot of times guys don't do. I gotta laugh because it's funny. What you have to do is you have to study your prey. Any lion studies their prey. They sit back and watch and study. They take note. They're drinking water right now. They're at lunch right now. They got on black heels, suede heels at that. Oh, those are red bottoms. That dress I seen over at H&M. Or what, they study their prey. Once you study the prey, you know what bait to use to attract them. Is constant. The answer is always in your face if you pay attention. You just sit back and pay attention, like, I see they do that. I see they don't do that. So when you shoot your shot, or we don't ever shoot your shot, whatever you approach it from a place of well-known knowledge versus just haphazardly, hey, how you doing? What's going on? You already know who that person is. You know some key things. So when you talk, you're talking from a place of knowledge. That's just my little spill on it.
Yeah. Also to add on to that, I feel like a way to help you get into that, like studying the different types of girls and like knowing who you're talking to before you talk to them, a good way to do that is to go to different places that have the type of girl that you're attracted to. So if you're attracted to girls who love working out and are really athletic, go to the gym and understand how and learn how to attract that type of girl by talking to those girls. Or if you're into the nerdy type, the really smart type, go to a bookstore, go to a library and talk to those girls and see what they're like. And you'll develop a sense of, they aren't all the same people, obviously, but you'll develop a sense of like the commonalities that those specific types of girls have. And you want to use what you already know to apply certain techniques, or certain mindset towards those kinds of girls to help them become more attracted to you. So it's all about your own type, but like to help yourself out, go to the places that those girls are going to be.
My short answer to that question would basically be, it's a calibration of your game pretty much. You see, like you said, you study your prey. And then once you study your prayer, you know what you're dealing with. You just calibrate your game and you move in. That's all. You don't really gotta do much because the game is the game, regardless of what it is. It's basically confidence. It's basically knowing yourself and exuding that you know yourself in that confidence. And and the reason why I say calibrate is because I've been in situations where I've ran over women, let's say, with my confidence. My confidence was too much for them. They weren't used to it, where they felt like, whoa, this guy's too cocky. This guy, and I'm not being cocky because, like I said, I don't speak about myself. But the energy that I gave off, like they felt that I felt that I was better than them. No, that's not the case at all. There's situations where I can step into a room and simply my presence make people uncomfortable. So that's when I realized, like, to move around in this society, yeah, sometimes you have to calibrate yourself because there aren't a lot of confident people in this world. There aren't a lot of people that know themselves. So in certain situations, like I said, it's not even just about hollering at a chick. Just in life in general, you got to learn how to calibrate yourself. So when it comes to a chick, the shy chick, the bad chick, the this, that, and the third, it's just calibration.
I completely agree. And once you get that calibration, you get to understand your prey. There's a whole nother level. Man.
Then you open that toolbox up.
That's a whole nother level that you can use that I don't talk about too much. And that level is on the mental, spiritual side. And once you begin to open that door up, there are certain things you can do regardless of who she is. If you use this in the spiritual side, you'll be opening up doors and she don't even know that the doors have been open. You can be up at 3 o'clock in the morning projecting.
Let's go.
And doing things that most people don't talk about here on YouTube, because I listen to pretty much everybody. You can be walking in the bedroom and she's like, how did you know? You can think about her and she calls. You can be 5 steps ahead, but most guys are not teaching that level of the game. There's a whole nother, we're this side right here. Oh, this is the fun side. Okay, do this and this, that. This is the good side, but there's a whole, if we were to open the door and show you behind the Wizard of Oz, it would blow my mind. I can think of an example of, yes.
They're not ready, man. Cause I can speak on the spiritual side too. I don't even delve in that. But when you talk about the spirit, that goes back to what me and Afi were talking about, taking a woman's mind, body, and soul. That's graduate level game right there. Because once you get past this first level of game, yeah, it's about taking her soul at that point. To the point where she, oh my, yeah, go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
You did, and that's what you're right. A lot of guys are just talking this. This is surface game we're talking here. Once you begin to graduate with this, you can mentally call her. Not only that, I was just thinking about you, Jill Scott. Jill Scott. Jill, I was just thinking about you. I don't know why. Because you have mentally and spiritually opened up a door. I'm careful with, my father told me this years ago, be careful to use this because you never use this to harm anybody or to go against someone else's will. So I have to say this with much emphasis on ethics, but it's a whole nother side of this that is amazing when you begin to walk in it. You can do things that most people cannot do. And so we can talk about having this clothes on and this clothes. When you get into this level, as my uncle used to say, baby, it's a whole nother level. I don't think we should talk about what you think real appeal. I don't think what you think attraction matching. We shouldn't even go into that level.
Nah. Cause they still asking how to get a chick's number, man. So they're definitely not ready about taking a chick's soul, man. I mean, I saw somebody in the chat talking about, isn't a soul either for God or Satan? Like, they missing the point, man. Like, when I started learning about the spiritual side of all this, man, and I started using it, that goes back to the Spider-Man saying, with great powers comes great responsibility. Yeah, man. When I start dealing with a chick, my mindset is, okay, let me make sure I don't do XYZ so she's not obsessed with me. I'm thinking of ways to make a chick not obsessed with me, not calling me all the time, not saying, where were you? How come you da 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 da? Like you have to manage a chick away and let her know who you are and know how to deal with you. Because like I said, I know some guys who'll be like, it's natural for a chick to want to punch you. I said, what? He's like, yeah, I had a couple of my exes do that to me. Try to think, all guys, that happened to all guys. I said, that's never happened to me. I can't speak for nobody else, but to me, that's not natural. A woman has never thought about putting her hands anywhere above my neck. Like, that's just not happening. So, yeah, man.
So,
go ahead.
Yeah, I see
Yeah.
that. Somebody, go ahead, Attraction Match.
Yeah, I'll be quick. I just wanted to say, everything we've talked about thus far is all about like, getting the girl attracted and getting yourself in the door and like getting that initial attraction. But beyond that, I don't know if we'll talk about it in the future episodes, but there's that whole other side, like you're talking about, where you get her literally like she can't stop thinking about you. Like you almost control her in like her entire mindset. But you, like you said, you have to use ethics because that stuff is like, that's some deep shit. You can't mess around with this stuff. Like you can only use this high level stuff on girls that you truly like want to be with. Like, don't use this on girls you just want to have sex with or something, because that's just wrong. Because this stuff on that level is insanely effective, and it can fuck a girl up for years. Like, you just got to be careful. But I think we'll get to that eventually, but I don't think we should do it now.
No, I don't think we should do it now because they're trying to debate about whether the soul belongs to them. And I was even, if I was even to touch upon that, because I am ordained, licensed minister. Hello, and I don't even want to go there with that. So we're not going to touch that because the emphasis of this conversation is about game and you understanding yourself. So I'm not going to even go there. I never talk about that, about my license and all like that, because that's not whatever. But I'm not going to even talk about that. So when we're talking about the soul in this context of this conversation, we're talking about her emotions and her mind. So I want to make sure that's very clear. All the other stuff about Satan and the scriptures and things like that, that's not for this format for now. Because if not, that can lead to a whole sidetrack and people get all spooky, kooky, googly, and all that kind of stuff. So we were talking about the spiritual side of it and the other side of it. I agree. We should not go in there because it's too much, because you're trying to figure out whether you should go to the club and dance or not. You're missing the point.
Hey, yo, Afi, where you at, man?
Hey, I'm right here. I'm just listening, man.
I hear you, man. Just want to make sure you're still here, man. You probably we need to hear all the super friends, man.
Good. So look, I know Lawrence was talking earlier, and he said that he wanted his topic to be, because we're pushing about 2 hours and 10 minutes. So I want to touch on this last topic about, and then any questions in the chat. But what's y'all goals for the women in 2019?
Goals for the women. Give me a second to think, because all my goals were self-centered. So hold on. Let me add women to it. Give me 1 second.
Yo, I'll go first. I'll be quick for this one. Throughout all of 2018, like I dated a girl like officially like as my girlfriend like at the beginning of 2018, and then I started just like flirting up a bunch of girls and like hitting up a bunch of girls, had a few things here and there, and I realized that like right now I've just been flirting, just like perfecting my game, working on all that kind of stuff, and just having a blast. So I think this year I'm going to continue to do that, teach other people how to do that. And once I get a good amount of fun out of it, I might try to start something serious. But I'm not sure if I'm going to get there yet, or if I'm just going to keep having fun. But I'd say my goal is to get into a more serious relationship and see where it goes. And if it goes well, cool. But if not, just keep practicing the game.
All right, boom. I know my goal. I thought of it because I recently learned about, giving women instructions and basically being the CEO of your relationships. In 2019, when it comes between me and women, I'm gonna be the forever CEO. Because sometimes I'll be like, oh, no, this chick is different. Let me act like this, or let me treat it like this. No. Moving forward, I will be CEO in every relationship moving forward, in every interaction. I'll be mindful to give women instruction, to give women tasks, for them to achieve. Because I recognize that they actually appreciate that. All right, another example. I remember being in the crib, being at home, and my I was washing my clothes, and my father's like, "Yo, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Yo, I'm just doing some laundry, whatever the case may be." He's like, "Yo, why don't you get that to your mom to do?" I'm like, "Yo, I'm a grown ass man. I could do my own laundry. Like, I don't need to ask my mom." He's like, "No, she's home. She needs something to do, so give her something to do." I'm looking like, and my justification was, you know what? If she wasn't doing my laundry, she'd be sitting around all day and extended. But bottom line is, my mother does my laundry when I want her to do my laundry now. Before, I felt bad about it. Now, I feel like it's a manly thing to do. Like, I'm giving my mother work to do. People will look at it like, oh, how you gonna let your mother work? She's a retired mother, and yeah, and she's home doing nothing. I'm giving her work to do. I used to wash the dishes when I came home and all that. No, my mother needs work to do. Hey, mom, this dishes, whatever the case. I don't boss my mom or nothing like that. But she just does it. She doesn't come to me and say, why did you leave your clothes? And she happily does it and says, hey, I washed your clothes for you. You could come pick it up. I folded it for you. Here you go. It's this, that, and the third. So long story short, that's going to be who I want to be moving forward. I want to be CEO in all my relationships moving forward.
Man, that's amazing.
I gotta fucking take my mic off. So I be start talking. I got all my shits off. My bad. Go ahead, Lawrence.
I forgot the question.
It's your question.
What's your goals with the chicks?
Hoes with the hoes.
What are your goals?
Man, in 2019. 2019. So it's definitely going to be an upgrade in what I do, as far as with that. I'm trying to say it a certain way. So, did you hear what I said?
No, you went out. What you say? I can.
What I'm saying.
You went out again. I can see your face. I can hear what you said.
I'm saying in 2019, definitely in 2019, definitely more teaching this and also helping brothers get to the next level. But also, too, it's the upgrade in how I deal, as with both brothers said, and that's this upgrade in how I deal and who I deal with. There's a certain caliber I am actually looking at, and also, too, I like that CEO. That's pretty good. And also, too, it's pretty good because you said something that I seen in one of my marketing teachings. You always got to present a ladder in front of people. If you don't have a ladder in front of them, they have nowhere to climb. So once they climb one ladder, you got to present another ladder for them to climb. So definitely, I have some ladders that I'm going to be placing out there for other people to climb to. So yeah, that's 2019 is going to be really special.
That's what's up, man. In 2019, around April, when it's gonna make a year that I started, man, it's gonna be fucking Patreon shows because y'all be getting laced too much. I'm jealous because I wasn't young and I couldn't just listen to fucking shit like this. I'm so jealous. I could just listen to shit like y'all can just listen to shit like this and learn all this shit and laugh and be entertained and be at work and put your earbuds on and hear all this fucking game and all this shit. I'm jealous, man. When I was in high school, you know what I had to fucking do? I had to meet a girl and fucking page her and run the fucking payphone and put 823 in it, and then she put 177155170. That means I got hella bitches missing me just because I said it like that. I miss you. Fuck. That's what
when are we gonna start charging for this?
Hell yeah, man. Because see the thing is because we are content creators and you knew I've been listening to shit for a while and I'm more impressed with my own shit and the own shit that I have on my channel than the shit that's out there. And the thing is a lot of shit that's out there is bigger platforms been around for 5-10 years and people think it's better. And that's not the fucking case. I can't help it. I started when I started. Shit. If I started shit 10 years ago, y'all would be saying me and not fucking O'Shea, man. No disrespect towards him, but a lot of shit y'all just like because y'all supposed to like it. Or you gonna keep it raw and jiggy, man.
Yes, sir.
Y'all go to these chats and y'all see 300, 500 motherfuckers over there, and y'all just join over there because y'all see it's popping. But they ain't over there saying shit. Y'all not over there learning nothing.
That's offending. That's a fact.
So my goal 2019 with the bitches is I want shit 2 to 3 200,000 K chicks, man. I'm looking for chicks. I'm putting my campaign. Whoever see this, I'm looking for 2-3 chicks that's gonna change my life. I need you, baby. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for no text backs. I'm not looking for no dates. I'm looking for $200,000 bras, man, or 3. You feel me? That's can change my life. They can tell me, hey, Fee, I know you had a long day. You know, see, now I'm at a level like, oh, bitch, be like, oh, you had a long day. Let me take you to eat. Let me rub your feet. Let me take you here. No. See, now 2019, I want to be like, oh, I know you had a long day. So guess what? I booked you a trip to New York just for the weekend, just so you can relax. See, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a woman to do that shit. And that got to be 200K for them, just because that's a mindset for them to even think that. It's a certain, all women ain't gonna do that. Even see some women, I got women right now that'll do that if I ask them. But see, the 200K ones is just gonna do it because they got it like that. So that's my fucking goal.
All right. Yeah, I got one more question, but I'm definitely gonna save it for the next episode, man. So we're gonna do one next week, man, before the New Year's. I got a good question to ask, that we could talk about before entering 2019. So, but I'm gonna hold it up. But yeah, definitely we doing this next week, man.
Yeah, we can get jiggy next week, man.
Yeah. Definitely, I definitely want to do that.
You
also want to let the people know.
There.
Yeah. Before I leave, I definitely want to let the people know I'm dropping one more episode before the end of the year. I'm gonna call it 50 shot clip. You know what I mean? I finally got 50 videos on my channel, so I did like a little snippet joint episode. So for those who aren't familiar with the channel, you can watch that episode 50 shot clip, and you can decide which episode you want to go watch. It also gives you an opportunity, to see my personality. I drop a couple gems in there. I'm not gonna drop all of them. Definitely want to see. Definitely want you to watch my videos, but yeah, definitely check out 50 shot clip, man. It's a very interesting episode, man. I found it very interesting, and I think you would too. So everybody in the chat, put the word out. 50 shot clip, man.
Yo,
you got some questions in the chat.
Oh wait, you go.
You got questions in the chat.
Go ahead, take it, man. You got it. Stefan, you always coming on hella late. You always miss hella fucking shit, and then come on at the end and be like, I'm in this bitch, man. You miss all this fucking shit this whole time. You didn't get the notification, fam? Or what?
Yeah, I see a question right here. Let me throw that out there. I see a question. It says, As a beginner, here we go. As a beginner, how do I escape social pressure from society when trying to pick up women? How do you guys get through it? Yo, that goes back to knowing yourself. Like, who's a woman to me? Like, if I go holler at a chick, all right, this is my mindset. When I go holler at a chick. Yo, all right. All right, let me say this. When I go holler at a chick that I'm not even interested in, I'm just doing it just for folly, just to, shooting in the gym. Like I said before, when I'm shooting in the gym, my mindset when I'm shooting in the gym is I'm doing her a favor. When I go over there, I'm doing her a favor by having this conversation with her. She should be happy I'm coming over there and talking to her. All right? Boom. That's when I'm shooting in the gym. When I'm actually shooting the game winner, when I'm not trying to holler at a chick that I actually want, the mindset that I have there is, yo, today's this bitch lucky day, man. She gets to meet me. She gets to see my personality, my charm. Woo! I don't know if she's gonna be able to even handle all this. Let me calibrate myself, because I don't want to run over her. That's my mindset. My mindset is she gonna reject me? Does she like me? Do I? Am I gonna say the right words? Because what I learned is, one, it's not how you look per se. That's not really the biggest thing. And two, it's not necessarily your words like written down. It's the energy you come off with. Let's say your swagger, for lack of a better word, and it's your charm, the way you come off, your tone when you say certain things. Because yo, you could walk up to a chick and be like, you know, you could. All right, the words are, your ass is fat. Right, those are the words. So you could have one guy come up to her and be like, oh my god, your ass is so fat. She gonna look at you and be like, yo, get this people out of here, man. You crazy. But if you walk up to her with a certain swagger and you speak in a certain tone, you say, damn, that ass fat, yo. Like the way you say it's not really a compliment. Like, yo, like I'm gonna fucking tear you up. Like you need to start running now. I just showed you my teeth. I'm a wolf. That's the way you should say it. So bottom line, man, I'm not worried about how she feels about me. I look at it like it's her lucky day. That's the mindset you should have, man. Know yourself. Once you know yourself, you know you're LeBron, man. You're the number one pick in the lottery. That's like LeBron wondering which team wants me. Oh my God, should I try out for that team? You're fucking LeBron. You go to that team, be like, yo, how much you gonna pay me? What's my perk, man?
I love that. That was fire game right there.
Yeah, everything you said, I completely 100% agree with. Another thing to like help you get over that social pressure is just straight up practice. That's what it's gonna take, because that, like he says about shooting shots, I compare it to like working out a muscle in the gym. Like if you don't keep working it out, you're gonna lose it, right? You got to keep working out your social muscle, and whether that's talking to attractive girls or not, like work your way up. Everybody has to work their way up. Talk to guys or girls that you aren't attracted to, but like you feel like, oh, they might be a cool person, and just go talk to them. Talk to people that you don't get anxiety from, and then as you do that, you'll just become used to talking to new people, and you can work your way up to those attractive girls, and it'll be natural, and you will be the prize, like Red Pill said. So yeah.
I agree with everything that's been said right there. Definitely, you have to build your social skills. You have to get out there and actually, like they've been saying, you have to go out there and do it. A lot of times people want to come on here and look at a ton of videos and do no work with it. You have to put in the work. You have to put in the work. This didn't happen overnight for me, for nobody on here. You have to put in the work. Most guys just want, hey man, show me what this to do with this and how to do this and what I need to say. None of that stuff works until you work it. I think I did a video. Work the game that you have. Work the game that you do have. You have to put in the work. You have to say this works and this doesn't work. So to overcome that social anxiety, you have to go out there and like he just said, go out there. You might talk to some booger wolves, whatever the case may be. Get over talking to booger wolves. She might be a hobbit. Talk to her. Build your skills on the hobbit. So when you get to talk to the next level, you already build your skills with the habit. Now you go to the next level. Most guys don't want to admit that they talk to some booger wolves and some hobbits. That's where they learn some of their game from, and what to do and what not to do, from the booger wolves and from the hobbits. And I'm saying that jokingly, but it's building your social skills. That don't mean you sleep with them or do whatever else, but it means that you get your social skills up at that level.
Yes, to add to that, you're absolutely right. Shoot your shot, practice. You gotta work that muscle. Luckily for me, I was at a stage where I was like, I had felt like I knew the game. I didn't have to holler at chicks. I didn't have to work my muscle. But I started realizing like it was like I had to warm myself up when I really wanted to talk to a chick. So I was like, how can I practice? And like I already stated, the environment that I work in, I work around, 80 to 90% women. So I just started talking to my coworkers, married, unmarried, old, young, black, white, Chinese, Asian, Indian, whatever. And because of that, I've learned how to be comfortable just talking to, one, strangers, and two, just talking to women. And then when you start talking to women, I think like WizKid said, they're not all the same, but you're gonna find a commonality that's in, I don't want to say all, but in most women. And once you catch that wave, once you catch that wave and then you start talking to women It's all about it's like finding a radio station. So you're on AM or FM, but once you got to catch that wave, now it's finding the correct station for that particular chick. Like, cause I be having a feeling like certain times I'll meet a chick and I start having a conversation with her, and I'll feel like I've met you before. Not literally, but I've met you before. I've had this conversation before with you, not with you, but with you and another woman that wasn't. So what I'm saying is, once you work that muscle, you do all the time, like I do. And that's another thing. I learned to talk to women with no aspirations, no sexual desires behind it. I wasn't spitting game. I wasn't spitting in the way like, let me spit so I can find a way to smash in the back, or one day at the Christmas party. No, I was really just having a conversation to fucking shoot the shit. Now, once you learn how to shoot the shit, and then you see a chick that you like, and now you're shooting the shit with a purpose. Oh my God, yo! Now you're a sniper. Now you really now I pick and choose who I want. Now I can go into a group of women now comfortably, because I'm so used to talking to people. And I can go dolo, a group of 4 or 5 chicks, disarm the first four women, or all of them all at the same time, because I'm already used to walking up to a group of 4 or 5 chicks in my job and starting a conversation. So I look at it when I walk up to a group of 4 or 5 chicks that I want to quote unquote holler at. My initial mindset is, like I said, I'm still going in as, it's their lucky day. They're about to come meet me. But another thing I'd say is I don't walk into the situation with my dick in my hand. I walk in there like, all right, let me show them me real quick. Because once I do that, everything else is going to fall into place. And that's what usually happens. You show yourself, you show your charm, you show the confidence, you show them that you're the prize, and they're going to start competing for you.
Facts. So look, this is what we going to do. I want all of y'all at Attraction Mansion, Red Pill Holiness, and the Lawrence D. Adams. I want y'all to say something good, like write something good, just a send off message for them. And when they see that, they're going to see Red Pill Holiness, they're going to see Lawrence D. Adams, and they're going to see Attraction Mansion. So they're going to, after they read the message, they're going to click y'all profiles and press subscribe. And then we'll take one more question, man, and then we out. So come with some good shit.
Yo,
and after y'all do that and we answer the one good question, we up out of here.
Yo, is there any way I can do that on my phone?
No, just type anything. Just put your phone up and type it, get in the chat and just.
No, but like, I don't think I have access to this chat. Maybe I'm stupid. I don't know.
I'll put your shit in the chat for you then. Don't worry about it.
Okay. All right, cool. But yeah, just as a little send off message. Once again, I'm Attraction Mansion, Attraction_Mansion on Instagram, or just hit me up on YouTube, Attraction Mansion. I'm gonna be posting a bunch of stuff that'll help you guys out on individual kind of stuff, and then also I'm doing individualized consultations, $5 for 20 minutes. Should be able to get a lot out of that. So hit me up, guys. DM me, whatever you guys need.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Red Pill Lawrence. I'm getting his shit since he can't eat on the phone.
All right. Yeah, Red Pill Chauvinist in the building. Hold on, let me get myself. Red Pill Chauvinist, man. Like we started out, like we've always been saying, I want if anybody leaves with any gems from this episode, I want you to know, go to sleep thinking and knowing. You have to know yourself. All these questions you're asking, how can I do this? What should I do to do that? What? It all comes down to know, because once you know yourself, you'll realize you're the prize, man. And once you realize you're the prize, you realize like you're basically presenting $1 million to a chick. You're presenting $1 million to a chick and she's not accepting it. You're gonna look at her like she's a fucking dummy. That's how I look at chicks when they so-called reject me. I look at you like, you're a dummy, man. I could have just changed you. I could have changed your life, man. I could have changed your world. That's another thing too. That's a side note. I be dealing with chicks sometimes on some shit like I'm basically getting you ready for the next dude, because I'm teaching you, because I know this is gonna be an end, because I'm not gonna marry you, and so I'm basically preparing you for the next one. Anyway, this is the end title. Anyway, Red Pill Chauvinist. Everybody check out the Red Pill Chauvinist channel. A lot of gems dropped on there. I got red pills for you. I got what your daddy should have taught you. I speak about the dating pool nowadays. I talk about traveling. Traveling is very important. It's a therapy. The most recent video I dropped, is is the story about the Panamanian chick. Yeah, definitely should go check that out. That was one of the latest chick in a long time to mind fuck me, and it has a very interesting ending and a very interesting twist to it. I learned a lot from her, man. She's the one that taught me the most game out of all the chicks that I learned that I dealt with, man. She taught me a lot of game, man. So definitely check that episode out, that story, and find out why or how she ended up teaching me this game, man. So check the channel out, subscribe, like the videos, and definitely share the videos also, man. The more the merrier, man. I'm not here necessarily to get paid, man. You know, I'm here, you know, just to spin these gems, just for whoever wants to listen. If I move one person, I'm happy with that. But like I stated earlier, we're all here just donating our time for you guys to get these lessons, for y'all to get these gems. So the least y'all can do is, you know, donate $1 or $2. That's the least you can do, because we all taking our time out, man. That's what I'll say with that. You take it away, Lawrence.
Fact, shout out to Keith the Great too. You gotta catch the playback, fam.
This is Lawrence D. Adams. I'm actually in a transition far as with YouTube and Patreon, but you can find me on YouTube at Lawrence D. Adams, or you can find me on Instagram at Lawrence D. Adams, and on Patreon. I'm going to slow up on the content that I'm going to drop on YouTube, and I'm gonna need you to go over to Patreon. It's going to be a little bit pricier, a little bit more, because of the content that I'm going to share. I also have book I'm working on, which is called The Queen Maker, and I also have a course that you can take, small course that I'm gonna have guys take. But I'm working right now. I need to get you guys email so that you can be a part of the email list. So when I'm on here, you get a drop that, hey, he's with the super friends. Or when I drop something on Patreon or get a snippet of the new book or whatever, you need to join the email list that I am going to be creating. It's going to be done by January 5th of 2019. I need you to join that email, because YouTube don't allow you to don't send out alerts, and you end up coming in late like a lot of brothers do. So you need to join the email list at Lawrence D. Adams. So I will be giving that information probably by the next time we come together.
All right, man. So I don't see that one good question because I like listening to us talk so much. So I'm gonna give a 30-second countdown, man, and we out. We start with 1, 2, 3, 4. This is for y'all. 5, 6, 7, 8. Not about phone numbers. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Halfway there. 16. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So, hey, I appreciate y'all time. I appreciate you, Red Pill Holiness, Lawrence D. Adams, Attraction Mansion. Make sure y'all subscribe to all these guys. And make sure y'all leave your comments, man, what y'all thought about the stream afterwards, too. So y'all left comments on here, man. Leadership comments when we get off this motherfucker, man. Peace.
Peace. Yo, appreciate you. Appreciate everybody here, man.